with me, Reverend Lee. Today, we have a couple different perspectives. In the East, they talk about that the humans look at things through the two eyes, the eyes of the senses. And because there's two eyes, we see duality. We see this, that. We never see the whole picture. However, when we look through what they determine as our third eye, we see life as the observer. We see a life that's totally in balance. And so here we are with a human body with two eyes, and yet at the very core of all that we are, we're created out of the infinite. So the infinite is and makes up all that we are. So there's a balance that's going on here. And the balance that we're looking to seek is, how can I both look through my human eyes and look through my divine eye? And that's a beautiful way of seeing the world. Because through the human eye, we get the contrast. Through the divine eye, we see perfect balance. And so because we are in the 3D world of humanity, the 3D world of now, you've got the two eyes. You're going to see the contrast, and you're going to be able to create desires, create to choose what you're going to focus on, where you're going to act, what you're going to speak about. You can do all those things that humans can do. But what happens is we forget about our third eye. We forget that we're both human and divine. And we become so addicted to how the human sees it that we've become domesticated into believing that we can have a one-sided life, a life that sees only what we call good and not bad, a life that sees, oh, we can be happy all the time and never sad. Well, that's just not real. We live in a world of duality, and in order to experience anything through our senses, whether it's our sense of sight, our sense of hearing, our sense of smell, taste, or touch, there must be contrast. Without contrast, the senses mean nothing. So you have to ask the question then, why am I here? That's a great question to ask. And so I don't know what your answer is, but I do know mine. My answer is, I'm here to experience as much life as I can, to fully experience it. And I get to create the experience I'm choosing to have. I do that by where I focus my thoughts, where I hold my thoughts, where I maintain my thoughts. And my thoughts lead to the actions I choose, the words I speak, and the feelings I have. I believe that when we direct our focus, we create. So the question I ask for you today is, what are you going to create? Are we going to have deja vu? Are you going to carry over everything from yesterday and create it again? You have a whole new opportunity to take one different step or one different thought or speak a different word or have a different feeling, and you will change the trajectory of your life. I want you to think back. Really think back. And if you can, remember something 5 years ago, 10 years ago that really bothered you. I mean, from the human perspective, it was absolutely horrible. And now from the divine perspective, you don't even remember it. You don't remember the emotion behind it. I do that with my life. I look back and I go back to, let's take it right back to the time when I was first married. And my in-laws rejected me and rejected my wife because they did not approve of the wedding. And it was a very stressful experience at that moment. I look back now, and because of the work I've done, I feel no negative emotional charge on it, because I see that from the divine perspective, my life turned out balanced and perfect. So I'm so grateful, because the challenges make me a better person, make me have a greater experience of life. Thank you, Peter. Peter says, I am following your thoughts for the day for the past year and a half. It's now 3 p.m. in South Africa. and I plan my day accordingly. Thank you for being a part of this, Peter. There's so many people that I don't know that are following me. They follow me either here on the Thoughts That Can Change Your Life. They follow me on YouTube. They follow me on podcasts, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. My job is to put ideas out there to help you balance your life so that you can see that you are both the divine and you are the human. And you're always at choice as to where you experience your life. And for me, that gives me great joy. It gives me great joy to share the ideas, the opinions, the practicality through which I deem work for me. You see, I don't know what works for you. I don't claim to know what works for you, but I can tell you and share with you what works for me. And then you get the choice. You get to choose whether you test it, try it, blindly believe it, or just discard it. And you know what? It's amazing. I love that, Peter. Peter did my values workshop more than a year ago. It's the single best thing I do. And I want you to know, I'm doing that values workshop this Saturday. I do it once a quarter. And in it, you'll spend an hour and a half with me on Zoom. And on Zoom, you will determine the top 3 to 5 things that matter most to you that will now give you a conscious direction for your life. So if you're interested in discovering what you value, because most people don't even have a clue, and they don't even know what a value is. But on Saturday, if you join me, I think I'm doing it at either 1 or 1:30. I think it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, my time, Central Time. You'll get a great discovery. You can find all the information about it at agapespiritualcenter.com. Click on the calendar, go to Saturday, and you'll see the values workshop. That's something I love to do. I love when people get clarity. Because when they get clarity, guess what? I can't talk to you. I can't teach anything. I can't conduct a workshop without expanding my own awareness. So I want you to know, I am very selfish. I'm very selfish and I do what I love. But here's the other thing. I'm not narcissistic because I want you to have the same experience. I want you to do what you love. I want you to be abundant. I want you to be healthy. I want you to have great relationships. You see, I've come to understand that whatever I want for me, I've got to want for everyone. Because if I deny the idea that someone could have it, I'm really denying it within myself. I'm not accepting the fact that we're all individualizations of the one. When I deny that we're all individualizations of the one, I deny my own connection to source. So when you see life through the eyes of the divine, and you probably don't see it all that often because we're domesticated. We're hypnotized by the 3D world that we live in. Sometimes the 3D world will take us down a dark, 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 deep rabbit hole. The only way to get out of it is come out of the 3D and go into the divine world and see life in balance. And I promise if you take a look, you'll find that you're always equally challenged and equally supported. I'm going to give you my biggest key today. When you're challenged, all you got to do is take a step. Take a step in the direction of expansion, of love, and listen to your inner wisdom as it guides you. It's always there. You just got to listen, and then you've got to act. With that, beautiful ones, make it a great day. Only you can. Much love. Aloha.